Welcome everyone to Lariat Streams Live. I don't know. Whenever I do this, I can hear myself better through the headphone. Yeah, just make it, just make things sound better. Yeah, yo, I'm fix that. But I don't know. I was streaming on OBS, but for some reason, I'm not sure if it is that um, YouTube doesn't push out the stream when you stream on OBS. I'm not sure. This is just mere speculation. I guess I should type this here. This right here. QA. I want to hear your craziest relationship story. All right. What's going on, everybody? Let me put this like that. Start Q&A. All right, so that's it right there. That should be good. I think that's perfect. Can I make this smaller? Nah. Let me try to put that somewhere. So yeah, that's all I got. That's cool back. So, yep, I want to hear your craziest relationship story. Again, the rules um, of this engagement or this storytelling is to make to remain anonymous. Alrighty, I know that a lot of y'all are quick to reveal a lot of details, but while you're keeping it juicy, also keep it anonymous. All right, where you don't really have to call too much names, and even if you're gonna call a name, uh, you can make up a name. All right, use your creativity. But let me say welcome to all my viewers, and I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship story. How's everybody doing tonight? I mean, for some people, it is actually morning. Is anybody on the live? Is it morning for you where you're at right now? Let me know. I want to hear your craziest relationship story, bro. Give me something that's gonna shake me to my core. Let me say welcome to everybody on the live. Feel free to hit that subscription button. Don't know it's your boy Lori at setting up pace the world. Cannot forget. Appreciate everybody for coming through. I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship story, bro. Give me something good. For instance, the last time I was live, I heard a story. I forgot who told me that story, but she was saying that minutes after kissing her boyfriend, he sent her a text saying that, babe, this is not working out. And she was shocked because they were having a great time. Little did she know that he was leaving her for her best friend, bro. That is diabolical, my guy. So I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship story. What is something that happened in your relationship that made you go like, what the just happened? I want to hear it, y'all. Let me know if the audio also is super coherent. Again, I appreciate everybody for coming through. Everybody on the live, appreciate y'all. Come on, y'all, get it juicy. Give me your craziest relationship stories. Again, remain anonymous. You do not have to call names unless the person hurt you that bad that you want to call names. Then that's fine, but you don't have to call any names. Alrighty, leave a little bit of mysteriousness to it. Do not make shit up. I want to hear actual shit that happened, real life shit. But give me that crazy shit. Alrighty, give me that crazy shit. So I was just listening to a story um, from a female. She was talking about dating her coworker, and she was sharing how that shit became really crazy. I'm gonna get to the meat of the story. I'm not gonna draw it out too much. Basically, she was saying that after hooking up with her coworker, she told him that if he does find somebody else, he should let her know. That way, she can know what to do. You know what I mean? But she doesn't want to be the other woman. And The long or the short of the story is, um, the guy sent a text in the group. That's the work group. And in the work group, he had a lady with like a big old 14-carat ring telling everybody that, hey, we just got engaged. So she was like, what the hell is going on, bro? I literally thought that we were building something. You know what I mean? So that was crazy to break up with her by sending a text in the freaking work group. So that's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. So give me y'all's craziest relationship story. What's up, Ankit? How you doing, Ankit? I want to hear y'all's craziest. Appreciate the likes, everybody. I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship story. Somebody broke up. Which which country? Where are you from? Yeah, my fam. I'm originally from the islands, but I've been living in the States for what, 4 or 5 years in the States, thereabout. But give me y'all's craziest relationship story. Where are you from, Ankit? Give me them crazy stories, y'all. Nobody has a crazy story. So far, I've given y'all two crazy stories. Nobody has a crazy story. This is crazy, bro. Nobody has a crazy story. I say again, when you're giving me your story, you don't have to use names, or you can use pseudonyms. All right, you don't have to call anybody's name. That way, we can have, we can get into it. You're from India. What's up? That's what's up. From India. Uh huh. Ah, 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 ah. Let me turn this down. Let me turn this. You're from India. That's what's up. Shikan, Shikandar. That's how you say it, bro. Shikandar. Please write it. Oh yeah, appreciate y'all for joining. But again, y'all, I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship story. You're gay, Rashid the man. My guy saying he's gay. Have you ever seen the meme? Why are you gay? Have you ever seen that? That's funny. Should I join? He doesn't know Hindi. What is car? I don't know Caro. I definitely don't know Caro, my friend. But give me y'all's craziest relationship story. That's what I want to hear, y'all. Give me them crazy stories. Oh, you're calling? Shit, I don't know how to join shit up, bro. I'm gonna be straight up. I don't know how to join shit up. Happy Halloween from Florida. What's up, Mark? Mark is saying it's Halloween. Maha Karim. What's y'all's craziest relationship story? That's what I want to hear. But I appreciate y'all for joining in. If you've not yet subscribed, hit that subscription button. Again, we're trying to go live as often as I'm able to go live. You know what I mean? Let me know if y'all can hear this. Can you guys hear that laughter? So my guy saying, yes, I'm gay. My ex-boyfriend was unfaithful, so I punished him. When you said you punished him, what does that punishment entail? Rashid, do you work? I mean, I was just coming from work. You know what I mean? But how did you punish him, Rashid? What happened? I know you said he was unfaithful, but what did he do? Did he like sleep with your best friend, or was it somebody outside of um your friend circle? My guy said he's in a wheelchair. Oh, you really messed him up. You really messed him up. God damn. What happened? Did you push him down a flight of stairs or something like that? Yo, this is crazy. Let me say welcome to all my viewers. I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship story. So Rashid is saying that his partner was unfaithful and he messed him up because his partner is a guy, but he didn't tell us how he messed his partner up. But we do know that he's in a wheelchair, so he got messed up pretty bad. That's all I can say. I got Nancy Wilson in the house. Let me say welcome, Nancy Wilson. I packed up my bags and got on the first flight to Texas 4 years ago to get away from my ex boyfriend. I was forced to get a restraining order. What happened, Nancy? Like, was he that crazy? Was he that crazy, Nancy? God damn. We got Packer fan also in the house. He's saying, uh, my ex told me she was hanging out with this gay guy a few times. Didn't think much of it. Turns out he wasn't gay. Oh, that's funny shit. Hey, Nancy, that's funny shit. That's funny shit. Wilson, that's funny shit. Wilson is saying, bro, that his ex, I gotta say this again, that's a crazy story. Wilson's ex was hanging out with a guy that they thought apparently he was gay, but they started dating. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy, bro. Oh my god, that made me laugh, bro. That made me laugh. So he was together with a guy. Oh damn, he was dating somebody from his work. Rashid, that is crazy. But Wilson, thank you so very much for that story, bro. That story made my night, my guy. That is something. Uh, I mean, I'm at that level in my life where I don't trust men. I know that sounds weird, but even if you're gay, I still don't trust you around my women or even around, even if I have kids. That's just me. Um, because I know that within the blink of an eye, they can switch. You know what I mean? And a lot of females use a guy not being heterosexual as a pass to say, "Oh yeah, we're hanging out." When that intern is the trick that she's using. You know, she's basically fooling you so she can sleep with another guy. But that is crazy, Wilson. The idiot decided to contact me, knowing very well that the judge warned him. Damn, bro. That is something though. But as it relates to the let me see who told me that story that they had to get a restraining order. That is something that I hate, Nancy Wilson. So Packer told the story of his ex who was hanging with a supposedly gay guy. But Nancy, that is crazy. I've seen where men sometimes get obsessed to a degree where they make their partners uncomfortable. I've seen that many times, many times, and I hate it when it happens. You know what I mean? If you're done with your partner, I will say move on. Just move on. Leave her be or leave him be. You don't need to stalk. You don't need to try to make a person's life miserable. Just move on, bro. Like it's that simple. You know what I mean? I've not that I've witnessed it firsthand, but I've had friends who are struggling with I guess for me, people like those, they're psychopaths. You know what I mean? Narcissistic psychopaths. Oh, the dude said that he wanted to take my soul. What? He wanted to take your soul? That sounds demonic. You know what I mean? Sounds like he's possessed. I'll be honest with you. Sounds like he's possessed, Nancy. He wants to take your soul. Bruh. And I will say, believe him when he says that. What's up, Leon? Leon, what's up? I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship story. That's what I want to hear. Give me them crazy, juicy stories. Again, the rule of thumb is you don't have to call anybody's name. Just keep it anonymous. But get into the nitty gritty. Get into the juice. His eyes turn black. Nancy, I can only imagine. L hater, what's up, bro? Share me your PayPal account. My PayPal account. If you want, you can use the icon above. But let me say good night and welcome to everybody. From brown to black. That is crazy, Nancy. That is crazy. Hello, you delicious chocolate king. Jason Strike, what's up? What's up? How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Let me say welcome to everybody on the live. I want to hear your craziest relationship stories. You know what I mean? Home Slice, Christian, what's up? How you doing, man? How you doing? I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship story. Nancy gave us one about having to get a restraining order against her ex. Um, Again, that is nobody should ever go through something like that. I'll say that for sure. I am Caribbean for sure. I'm Caribbean, but I've been living in the States for a minute. You know what I mean? But I'm Caribbean. Um, Here's another horrible relationship story. All right, go ahead, Nancy. Nancy's hitting us with them stories. Let me say welcome to everybody on the live. Give me your craziest relationship story. Nancy's giving us a story right now. Go ahead with that story, Nancy. Um, what's up, AF? I don't know how you pronounce your name, my dog, but I'm just say AF. Give us your story. I'm gonna give y'all my craziest story. I'm gonna give y'all mine. Mine is coming up. Mine is definitely coming up. Um, I'm gonna let Nancy cook, and then I'll give y'all one of my craziest stories. So while Nancy's cooking, let me give y'all one of my craziest relationship stories. This happened when I was in high school. I was what? I was like 16 at the time. So I was 16 at the time, and there was this girl that was like a year younger than me. She was like 15, and I remember she told me that she really likes me. I'm like, I like you too. Lo and behold, um, one of her friend, who is a guy, liked her, but he was in the friend zone. Homie was in the friend zone, so homie never stood a chance. So what homie did? Homie went to the girl's dad and told her dad that hey, she has a boyfriend. And at this point in time, the father did not want her daughter to have any boyfriend. You know what I mean? And this guy came to my high school, people, came to my high school, and he was adamant in beating me up. He's like, I'm gonna tear your ass up, bro. Like, leave my daughter alone. You know what I mean? The crazy part is, even when the dad was boisterous and adamant that we should not date, yeah, I mean, like a day after everything cooled down, that was us again together. So that was crazy. So I met this dude on Facebook. So here goes Nancy with another crazy story, people. So I met this dude on Facebook dating app. This gone January. So it was just January. And invited him over to my apartment after the third date. So they went on two dates. The third date, Nancy saying that she invited him over after the third date. The dude said to me that I have to do whatever he wanted or else. That is crazy. So third date and you want me to do everything, and you're also putting a clause on it or else, which sounds threatening. So he was threatening you, Nancy. That is crazy. Like, how do you, I mean, the third date, you don't really even know the person like that. You know what I mean? So if somebody invites you over, take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? When I said stop, he told me to shut up. What the hell? What the hell, Nancy? Hopefully, I didn't read what shit, brother. Damn. Did y'all get that? This is crazy shit, man. Did you at least report it, Nancy? Did you report it? Cause that is crazy. We got I don't know how to pronounce your name, dog. This name is too freaking long. It is Bo Itom. My my boyfriend of 8 years went back and married his baby mother after I said I'm not ready to get married. What? Damn. So 8 years and you were not ready to get married? That is crazy. So he went and married his baby mother after you told him that you're not. I can't blame him though. I ain't gonna cap. I can't blame him. After 8 years, you should at least know whether or not. I'm your person. You know what I mean? So if I propose after 8 years and you turn me down, I'm sorry, bro. Like I'm moving on too. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But Nancy, you should definitely report that guy. I send the police to his work place the next. Hell yeah, that guy shouldn't even be on Earth. I hate people like that. You know, he shouldn't even be. He shouldn't even be on Earth. I got to be careful of what I say. So I'm not planning on inviting anyone to my apartment from now on. Yep, definitely not. The crazy part is Nancy. Human beings, especially men, will pretend to be something they're not just because they want to get between your legs, and they will pretend for a very long time. Hence, why a rule of thumb is sometimes hold out a guy for a month just to see how persistent he is. Again, they will still wait. If they really want to smash, don't get me wrong, they will still wait. But sometimes they might lose interest or they might start showing you their true colors. You see what I'm saying? So that's a good rule of thumb. So we got low, I'm gonna call you low joy. Is that, can I say low joy? Low or joy, or joy. Joy will do. Beautiful joy. All right, joy. 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 What joy for real though? If I was with you for everybody that's on the live, let me ask you a question. Whether you're man or female, you know, whatever it is. If you were with somebody for 8 years, 8 long years, and then you ask that person to marry you and they turn you down, would you stay? Type it in the comment section. I want to know, would you stay, bro? If after 8 years you ask somebody to marry you, would you stay? I certainly will not stay. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I feel like 8 years is enough for us to know each other's ins and out, and I should know if you're the rest of my life. You know what I mean? But I'm not judging you, Joy. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I wanted to be financially free and stable, so we are. So we will be good financially. I can feel that, financial stability is really good. Don't get me wrong. It's good to grind and work on yourself. But the thing is, you can also still gain that stability during marriage. You know what I mean? Um, Something happens when you dedicate yourself to this particular relationship, and it's not just about how should I say, it's not just about the physical, it's also about the spiritual building that you guys do as a couple, which can eventuate into growing your finances, becoming more healthy. You know what I mean? So sometimes it is good to grind and get shit together before you get married, but sometimes a lot of shit that you get might happen during the time period that you're married. You know what I mean? Um, Nancy, here's another crazy dating story. Nancy got those stories. Keep them coming, Nancy. Again, if you're on the live and you have any crazy relationship story, go ahead and give us that story. Alrighty. Thank y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all for all the likes. Nancy, go ahead with that story. Go ahead with that story. What's up, Phil? I'm gonna call you Wagner. What's up, Wagner? How you doing? Appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all for coming through. For sure, for sure, for sure. All right, so Nancy again with another story. The dude happens to be a correctional officer. All right, this is getting interesting. All right, this is getting interesting. All right, Nancy, we're listening. We're all ears. We're all ears. How long is your relationship now? Wisdom is mine. Um, Wisdom, are you asking me how long is my relationship, or are you asking Nancy or Joy how long the relationship is? And Joy, where are you from, Joy? Where are you from? I mean, if you don't feel comfortable in answering, you don't have to. I will say that for sure. But where are you from? Oh, Wisdom is talking me. What's up? What's up? What's up, Nez? What's up? I'm doing good. Oh, so Nancy's saying the guy is a correctional officer. He's 6'4" and he weighs 296 pounds. That is a big guy. Shit. He's tall and he's He's big. Yeah, that's a big guy. All right, Nancy. So Nancy's giving us another crazy relationship story, y'all. Uh, what's up, Curf or Curfew Music? You're my favorite white YouTuber, bro. Keep it up. Hey, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. What's up, Zurich? How you doing? So Nancy's giving us that story. So the correctional officer, yeah, the correctional officer is 6'4" and he weighs 296 pounds. Mimi, what's up, Abby? I strongly believe that when two people come together, God is likely to bless them financially. Mimi, I feel that. You know, Mimi, I second that for sure. Let me say welcome to everybody on the live. It is good when you try to have shit by yourself. You know what I mean? It is really good when you try to have shit by yourself. Let me say welcome to everybody on the live. I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship story. But I will say sometimes when you give yourself over to the solemnity of marriage, it does add a blessing to your life, Mimi. So I agree with you. Joy saying, guess what? The marriage lasted a few years, and he wants us to fix it and get married. And I said no because he lacks patience. I have progress with my career. I'm debt free and stress free. All right, Joy. Kudos to you, Joy. Kudos to you. Um, there's one thing that I have learned in life, and it's the fact that and we're coming to Nancy. We're coming to Nancy's crazy story. Nancy has a crazy relationship story. One thing that I've learned in life is that not everybody is for you, and not everybody should have access to you. And sometimes, even though somebody had access to you, it doesn't mean that they should keep having access. If they lost the privilege, you know what I mean? There's always well, you should know when to draw that line. You know what I mean? Appreciate all the likes on the live. Appreciate y'all. So Nancy, go ahead with that crazy story. But Mimi, I want to say kudos to you for sure, for being debt free, finding that financial stability. I hope that you keep on growing for sure. So Nancy, we're still with you. He's 6'4". He weighs 296 pounds, and he's a correctional officer. All right, walk us through that story. Oh, you're 5'7". Oh, you're 57 years old. Nancy's 57 years old. I got that. I got you. I thought I saw 5'7". My eyes are tired, y'all. Like, bro, I literally came from work and I went live, y'all. I haven't. It is a long day. But see, I'm of the notion that you have to spend time in building what you want to build. Just like Joy, Joy spent time in building what she wanted to build. So I'm currently doing the same. Um, so originally from Liberia, West Africa. That's what's up, Nancy. That's what's up. And I hope that justice was served to that guy that did that shit to you. I do hope that justice was served to him because I'm not gonna take play like I'm the best moral character, but I try to do good as best as I can. And there's just certain things or certain lines that I will not cross. You know what I mean? And as a man, you need that firm moral ground to not force a woman to do something that she doesn't want to do. I hate hearing stories like that. I always believe that people like that should what I mean, they should be punished. You know what I mean? So I'm really sorry that that happened to you, Nancy, for sure. But go ahead with that story. We're still listening. We're still listening. Go ahead with that story. Liberia. I want to visit Liberia. There's a few places in the world that I want to go, just to experience it firsthand. I've never, I've never been to Africa. It is on my to-do list though to visit Africa. I said I can buy myself flowers Alrighty, Nancy, are we gonna get the full story or no? We're not gonna get the full story. If we're not gonna get the full story, then that's okay. That's okay. I did enjoy the two stories that y'all gave to me. I did get some good stories, and I want to say thank you to everybody that also subscribed to me. I need to fix this so I can know when I get like new subscribers. That way I can shout y'all out when you do subscribe. So Nancy saying that she's 57 years old. She was with this correctional officer who is ta da 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 6'4", and he weighs 296 pounds. Correct? What's up, Telcap? Kai Sinat, I don't want to say meet Kai Sinat, I'm trying to make my own grounds, That's what's up. But you've not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel, my friend, for sure. Where's Nancy at? I have, oh, oh, you've been in United States since 1979. All right, that's a good little time right there, for sure. I once dated another guy that, oh, you dated somebody that wets the bed? How old was this guy that wets the bed? I mean, if he was troubled with bladder problems, that I can understand. You know what I mean? If it's like an ailment, but if it's just like blatant laziness and he wets the bed, then that is unacceptable. What's up, Kagami? Is that is it like light Kagami that does the death note? Death note. That's all you get like Kagami. I need to write a tell-all book. You do need to write a book. Hey, you too, Kagami. Appreciate you for coming through. Feel free to hit that subscription button, y'all. I want to hear your craziest relationship story. That's what I want to hear. Any crazy stories in the house, let me know. But you should definitely write that book, Nancy. Write that book. Sometimes our stories can be a blessing to others. And because of laziness at times, we don't fully maximize on what we're capable of doing. You know what I mean? The bedwetter is 67 years old and you're wetting the bed, bruh. God damn, that is. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I'm gonna leave you instantly. If I have a female that wets the bed like every night or every now and then, it's over. The relationship is not gonna work. Let me say welcome to everybody in the house. I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship stories. Again, when you're telling the stories, you do not have to call any names. You can make names up if you want to, if that feels good for you. What's up, Abby? Abby, Abby, message or retracted the message. That's fine, Abby. But appreciate you for coming through, Abby, for sure. But that's what's up. I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship stories. Taylor Swift said that she can buy herself flowers. She can write her name in the sand. She can talk to herself for hours and she can say things you don't understand. You know what I mean? And I think that song was inspired by the relationship. Well, she literally puts herself in relationships to make music. Like, break up with the guy, write a song from the experience. That's how she does it. But what is one of your craziest relationship story? Something that if you tell people about it, they'll be like, "What the hell just happened?" You know what I mean? I remember when I was in high school. This is another story that I have. Oh no, Nancy, is it really? Yeah, a bedwetter. Somebody wetting the bed. That is crazy. It's Miley Cyrus, not Taylor Swift. I always get them confused. Thank you, Joy. Thank you for correcting me. I always get them mixed up. But she puts herself in these situations, breaks up with her partner so she can get inspiration to write a song. You know what I mean? But when I was in high school, y'all, I was in ninth grade at the time. There was this girl that really liked me, but the truth is, the feeling wasn't mutual. I did not like her the way that she liked me. For me, I think it was more like a platonic type of feeling that I had, but she had a more romantic feeling towards me. The crazy part about this story is that everywhere I turned, I would see this girl. Like if I go to the cafeteria, she's there. If I'm even going to the bathroom for some crazy reason, she's there. No matter where I go while I was at school, I would see her, and I'm like, this is getting weird. You know what I mean? Like, why is she stalking me? So I decided that I'm gonna approach her. I'm gonna be like, what the heck is going on? Why do you keep following me around? Rainbot 4 last relationship gave me a standard I thought I'd never have. I can't be with a girl who got uglier feet than me. Oh my god. Rainbot is saying that his last girl had some pair of ugly feet. I'm gonna be that is funny, bro. That is hilarious. I'll be honest. I'm a feet guy. I say that that's weird. When I say I'm a feet guy, I mean in the sense that I like a woman who does her pedicure. You know what I mean? You know, get your toes cute. You know what I mean? Ha- You know, take care of your feet. When you take care of your feet, it tells me a lot about who you are as a person. Sleeping and feeling them dogs scratch. Oh, bro, that is crazy shit, bro. That is crazy. Oh my god, that is crazy. Oh my god, that is crazy. That is crazy, bro. I hate a woman with ugly feet, my guy. I can feel that. I can feel that. That is crazy. So I have decided to take a break from the dating app. You definitely dating apps can get really weird. I guess it's because people are able to create a persona easier behind the dating app. You know what I mean? Um, they can definitely become somebody that they're not. Not that they can't do that in real life, but it's just like easier. You know what I mean? You've never met me before. It's easy to just, and then when you meet that person in real life, you're like, what the hell? This is not the person I was talking to. Like, who are you? Like, who are you? I don't even recognize you. Rainbot, I need a church girl who goes to church and reads her Bible. I second that, my guy. I second that for sure. Um, Sometimes, again, it goes both ways. Sometimes church girls are really great. What I will say is you need a girl who knows the Lord, who has a relationship with God. Because you can go to church and read your Bible but don't know God. And you know what I mean? It can get really dicey, like really dicey. True story. This is a true story. And I will not call any names, but suffice me to say that I've seen firsthand of church relationships, like you know people who grew up in the church and they got married, but they didn't develop that relationship with the Most High, and it was one of the craziest relationships that I've seen. It is talked about to this day where this lady, the lady was beautiful, like she was drop dead gorgeous. You know what I mean? She was really gorgeous, but her attitude stinks. You know what I mean? But she was a church girl. You know what I mean? But she wasn't connected. So definitely get you a church girl, but you need somebody that's connected, Rainbot. True, like the pastor daughters type of deal, they can for sure be crazy. PK sometimes can be crazy. Joy, let me say, have a great night. Thank you so very much for coming through. Hopefully, you hit that subscription button so next time that I do go live, you can be a part of the experience. But I did enjoy your story. I enjoyed Joy's story. That's what's up. Have a great night. Again, thank you to everybody that did tap the screen and like the live. I do appreciate it. And for all the new subscribers, I do appreciate y'all for real. But come on, y'all, hit me with some more crazy stories. Hassan, what's up, Hassan? I mean, I do have abs, Hassan. Um, I have maybe four or three abs. You know what I mean? I used to have the entire pack, but I lost most of them due to bad habits. You know what I mean? I can't show my abs, my guy. Can't show my abs, you know. If I show my abs, uh, YouTube might ban me. I always hit the gym tray. I hit the gym, uh, maybe 2 to 3 times out of the week. I hit the gym. You know what I mean? 2 days ago, I did a two. Well, it was almost like a 2 mile run. I'm doing a 2 mile run. Um, I think it's actually earlier in the morning, maybe around 6. So in the next 3 4 hours, I'm doing another 2 mile run. What I really want to do is hit them weights and bulk up a little bit. We got Chompy Dog. Did you get a restraining order? That's what's up. That's what's up. Keenan Parsons. That's what's up. You have to get a restraining order for sure. You know what I mean? For sure, for sure, for sure. But yeah, I've been I dated someone from Facebook dating up back in 2023 that was 42 years old and lazy. He came to my apartment and stayed up to 7 days and didn't want to. Oh shit, I hate people like that. You invite them over, they see how nice your apartment is, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna leave. I'm staying. I'm staying 7 days, bro. That is too long. That is too long. You hit the night, you're gone, bro. Like I don't want you at my house for sure. Hell nah." Before I got together with the correctional officer, wow. So how many relationships have you had, Nancy? If you should at least count, how many relationships have you had? Trey, what you bench? Shoot, let me see. The last time I benched, it was like 120, bro. I ain't gonna cap. It was like 120, 110, 120. I can deadlift like 170. Yeah, like 170, 180. I can deadlift 170, 180. Uh, Trey is inevitable. Yeah, that's what's up. Inevitability. That's what's up. But I mean, it's not that I mean in some way I'm good with my weight, but I do want to bulk up a little bit. I do want to bulk up a little bit. I think my biggest problem is um I do too much. I think that's my biggest problem. I do too much, y'all. Like as it relates to working, music, learning how to play the guitar, um, taking care of my baby. You know what I mean? I do a lot. It is not an excuse. Let me say that. Thank y'all for liking the live. I appreciate that. How much do you weigh? That's a good question, my friend. That's a good question. What's going on your live stream? Yeah, that's a good question, Nancy. I'm wondering what's going on my live stream. We are here to talk about the craziest relationship stories. You know what I mean? That's what's up. Um, One of these days, I'll go live while I'm in the gym so y'all can see some of the workouts that I do. But we want to hear your craziest relationship story. Thank you, Nancy. We're trying to stay on track. How do you know you're? How do you know you are at a Mr. Sir Michael? That is funny for real though. Trey now sounds like he's a bot. Trey sounds like he's a bot. Hey, definitely, Nancy. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for the stories that you gave us. Those were some very good stories. I do hope that you go ahead and write that book, though. Write that book. I think it might be a blessing to somebody for sure. And I myself would buy that book. If you write it, I'll be your first buyer. All right, just to let you know. But let me say thanks to everybody on the live stream. I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship stories. So far, for those who are joining me for the first time, um, we've had a story that I'm trying to recount the stories out. I'm literally forgetting all the stories, not all of them. But one was really funny. The one where my guy says he's not dating any woman with ugly feet. Like if your feet is ugly, it's not gonna happen. Alrighty. Um, I'm gonna call you Javion. Javion, what's up? Them church tides are. too high right now. They wanted my uh I got you. Dog, I don't have a crazy relationship story, but I miss someone I love very much, and they aren't even sure they want me and keep saying the future is unwritten. That is crazy, bro. Like, I, I I don't recommend being in limbo like that. You know what I mean? Like, um, did you make your intentions known? Like, hey, I really like you and I want to take things to the next level. Did you make your intentions known? Dog, or champy dog, you got to make your intentions known. You know what I mean? If it's not known, uh, so Trey's craziest relationship story. I once had a nightmare. I was in a relationship and she wanted me to skip. Bruh, bruh, bruh. We got hairline check. Hairline check. What's up? Nancy saying that the correctional officer and I stayed friends on and off for 2 years. That's what's up. Um, saying take the hat off. No, the hairline is messed up, bro. I can't take the hat off. Yeah, for sure. DMK86. Shout out for real, for real, for real. Greetings, alien. Dusty. Greetings. How you doing, alien? Greetings. Let me say welcome to the live stream. I want to hear y'all's craziest relationship story. That's what I want to hear, y'all's craziest relationship story. Give me something juicy. We've had some very good ones so far. I mean, I am ending the live after an hour, so we got like 14 minutes to go. So if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, feel free to hit that subscription button and be a part of the greatness. You know what I mean? Uh, my guy. Well, I'm gonna let y'all know this. I don't get annoyed that easily. I don't get annoyed that easily. So it won't annoy me, Trey. It won't annoy me. Acting like you're AI bot. You know what I mean? If you want to sub, that's up to you, my guy. I'm not holding a gun at anybody's head and asking them to, but I would appreciate it if you do. Let me say welcome to the live stream. My name is Laureate. Um, I'm trying my utmost best to go live almost every day for at least an hour to 30 minutes. It is difficult, I will say, because we all have life. Sadly, I am a single life form. Alien, you're single, bro? Hell nah, bro. You got to go to Pluto or well, Pluto is not a planet anymore, but maybe check out Mars, bro, or Venus. There might be other alien life forms out there for you, my friend. How long have you been single? By the way, Dusty, the alien. It's good that you're married, Trey. It's good that you're married. Not everybody's as lucky as you. Um, but alien, how long have you been single? That's what's up. I met a guy the other day. Shoot, said he was single for like 5, 6 years. I'm like, what the hell, bro? You single for 5, 6 years? That is crazy. That takes dedication. That takes dedication. But I guess he also had like a strange type of relationship. His last relationship was really strange, and I guess it forced him not to seek to date anyone. But I'm like, that is crazy. But give me y'all's craziest relationship story, y'all. I got 12. I got 12 more minutes to go before I end the live. Now I got 11 more minutes before I end the live. I want to say thank you to everybody that definitely came through on the live. For as long as I remember, gotta focus on myself before I try though. How old are you, Dusty? That's the question. How old are you? Because the thing is, I'm a depressed 20-year old whose last relationship ruined him. Now all I do is work and work out. So Dusty's 20. I will say this: 20 years old. You're very young, relatively young. Um, they say life. really doesn't begin until you're 40, which I definitely disagree with. But I will say this to you 20-year-olds. Feel free to take a chance. Feel free to get your heart broken. All you have to do is just learn from that shit. You know what I mean? Do not let the tide or the hardship that comes with a broken heart stop you from um, giving yourself to somebody. I will say that to you. You have to remember that time is limited. Yes, you're 20. I do recommend that you grind and build yourself. You don't have to get into anything serious, but it doesn't mean that you can't open yourself up for encounters. You know what I mean? And to Dusty, if you really want a relationship that bad, my friend, I will say women are attracted to swag. They're attracted to money. You know what I mean? So the onus is on you to master one or the other. It's either you're gonna make a lot of money, which then women come easy. Sad to say, not saying all women are gold diggers, but that's just my experience. Or you swag it up a little. You know what I mean? Change up your looks, change up your wardrobe. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just little things that you got to do as a man in order to attract a partner. Um, Simon Jr. I'm in a relationship with Jesus Christ. He died for the sins of the world. That is good for you, Simon, if you're in a relationship with Jesus. Kudos to you. Um, HM, I spent life carrying heartbreak, disappointment, loneliness, rejection, convincing those around me that I'm okay. Only thing heavier than the emotions is dragging this third leg everywhere I go. I will say to you, HM, that everybody experiences heartbreak. You remember, it is not only unique to you. Heartbreak is not only unique to you. All of us have been through that heartbreak before. Uh, I guess what I really want to say is I know the female that you loved, or it could be a male, I'm not sure, that you feel or you felt as though you know they were the only one in the world. The truth is, bro, there is what we have like over 8 billion people on the planet right now. I what Believe me when I say that somebody out there is way more special than the person that broke your heart. Always remember that. It sounds cynical, a lot of people like, oh, you're a cynic, but it is the truth, bro. Like, there's 8 billion people in this world. There will always be somebody who's more amazing than you. For me, love is a choice. I choose to love my partner. That's just me. um you will be lying if you say that nobody's more attractive than your partner. You know what I mean? You have to be honest with yourself. I never date anyone except dumbbell. That's good for you. What's up, Heather? How you doing, Heather? Abby saying, can we discuss next time how we can go through depression after a breakup? Because I see some people change, men and women, because I see some people. For sure, I think I will do that. I will do that for the next live. Let me write that down. What can I use to write that shit down? Let me memorize it. So the next live is gonna be how we go through depression after breakup. I can remember that. I know I'm going to my bed soon and I might forget it, but I think that's a great idea, Mimi. I will do that tomorrow. I am off tomorrow, so I can do that tomorrow for sure. That is a very good idea. I appreciate that idea. Heather says she's doing good. Thank you. Any crazy stories, y'all, before we close the live off? Uh, don't be depressed. Stephen Kelly saying, do not be depressed. One thing that I've learned, and I don't want to jump the gun on that particular topic, but when I was younger, even though that is not the topic of the live, what's going on, L'Esprit or L'Esprit, even though that is not the topic of the live, but I will say when I was younger, I remember being very depressed. This was as a result of me feeling, I want to say, lonely. Like I felt like I had nobody around me that I could turn to at the time. And this is just me being vulnerable to y'all. I've grown past that, so I guess I can be vulnerable right now. So I felt like I had nobody at the time to talk to, even though I was around people. Like my immediate family wasn't really there with me. And I mean, my dad wasn't capable of even like having a full rational conversation. My mom wasn't close by, and I was really depressed. I was like really depressed. And again, I would keep a smile on my face. Like I keep smiling, but I was dying inside, y'all. I was dying inside. And I what I did to help with the depression, I what is that? Damn. What is that? Oh, sorry, y'all. Something just started playing in my headphones. I was like, the hell is going on? Just threw me off, threw off my train of thought. But again, I was depressed, and I think what actually helped me was just focusing on things that brought joy into my life. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to focus on things that will bring joy into your life. Whatever makes you happy, that is what you need to focus on in your deepest, darkest times. For some people, it is God. God has helped a lot of people through depression. Some people, it is exercise, like Trey. Trey goes to the gym when he's depressed. You know what I mean? Others, it is playing a sport. So just try to focus on what you love or what makes you happy whenever you're depressed. But we will definitely go into that topic some more. I will be bringing, I want to say, scientific as well as practical uh, things that you can implement in, working on your depression. At times, we can't recognize that we are depressed. We will go through the stages of depression too. We're going to go through all of that. That way, people can recognize like what is going on. How do I identify this? And when I do identify it, how do I deal with it? We are in a culture where people don't want to deal with things anymore. You know what I mean? They don't want to deal with things anymore. And that is one reason why marriages are ending so badly too. Like people don't want to go through the struggle. The moment you talk or try to talk to somebody about a particular problem, they feel like you're attacking them. Sarah, what's going on, Sarah? Long live Barca. At times, we got Steven saying, "Yeah, I was being ignorant. Sorry." I mean, ignorance sometimes is the beginning of learning. At least recognizing your ignorance can help you grow. What's going on, Allison? How you doing? Thank you for coming through again. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, hit that subscription button, y'all. We will be doing this very often. Like I think my long-term goal is to do more of a podcast setting. um, but you got to start somewhere. That's how life is, y'all. You got to start somewhere. You might not have everything that you need, but we have to start somewhere. Before I do close the live, let me ask: does anybody has a crazy relationship story, like one of your craziest relationship stories? Allison is saying she's doing good. That is great that you're doing good, Allison. Where are you from? And do you have a crazy relationship story? If you do, again, remember the rules are you do not have to call anybody's name, for one. Um, you can get into details without being too revealing. I know that's contradictory, but you understand what I mean. Like, give us details, but you don't have to expose anybody unless you want to. But that's really up to you. I do have a minute to go again. Oh, Phoenix. All right, that's what's up. Phoenix, Arizona. I've never been to Phoenix. Um, I do want to travel like the entire state. I've been to a lot of the states of the United States, so but I've never been to Phoenix. Never been to Phoenix. Please play Enter Sandman by Metallica. Is is that gonna give me a copyright strike? That's a question I want to ask. What's going on, Jaga? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I want to say Thank you to everybody that made tonight's live lively. Appreciate y'all for coming through. What's up, Raven? How you doing, bro? Um, it is almost that time where, yeah, I gotta go hit them showers. No copyright. All right, I'll check that out. I gotta go hit them showers. I do have a 2 mile run that I want to do tomorrow. If you ever make your way to Rhode Island, visit Newport. Oh yeah, I do want to visit Rhode Island. I've heard good things about Rhode Island. I definitely want to visit Rhode Island. How much amount earned by YouTube till now? That's a good question. Um, should I do a video where I show you my analytic? Yeah, I might show y'all my YouTube shit. But so far, I will say, up until now, I mean, I haven't made a lot from YouTube overall. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did have a AdSense account when I first made my YouTube account, and I made it as a uh, how do you say? What was it? It was not an individual account. It was more of like a company account, and as a result, um, I had to do like a LLC in order to verify a lot of things, and it was taking me too long. And I made a little bit of money on it, but I unless you verify your identity, you couldn't get that money. So I was like, forget it. So I started a new AdSense account, which is this one, and I made it an individual account, and now it is earning a little bit, but it's not anything like life changing. For sure, bro. You have to help people. That is a part of who I am. Did you ever see me? I can't read that, my friend. I can't follow that line of conversation. But for sure, I believe in helping people. But I also believe that you have to help yourself first before you can help anybody. Um, that's how I see it. But I want to say we are at that hour mark. So thank you to everybody that came through on the live. I appreciate y'all. Let me say goodbye, Nancy. It was a pleasure having you, Nancy. Hopefully, I will get you back on the live one more time. I need to get some rest. I'm rambling right now, so I'm about to sign off. But I want to say thank you all so very much. Above all things, I wish for y'all health, and then I hope y'all make a lot of money. Alrighty, y'all stay blessed. Remember, hit that subscription button, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm definitely out of here. Uh-huh.